Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode Season 2. In the last episode we got our super duper creative flight and we also made this amazing mob farm that has been running for a little bit now, and I set up a little bit of a thing on live stream so we can come back down here and we have a little bit of organization for our armor bits. And basically what I decided to do is add some conduits underneath here, and we have mod item filters in each one of these. So this one, for example, is filtering anything from Minecraft. So it's just gonna store Minecraft stuff. And what we are doing is extracting out of this drawer, and with a higher priority going to the trash can, which has an item filter that we will show you in a moment. But basically, if it is on the item filter, it is gonna get voided. So as soon as I have 2 sets of the armor, I add it to the filter here. So everything else gets voided and I only keep stuff that I really need. So for example, we have 2 Elementium helmets. We could add it to the filter on the trash can. And I can show you that how it is complete. So for example, for Inferium, we have the entire set. So we're gonna grab that. We have 2 of the chest plates, and here we have the boots and the pants. Right? So that can be filtered, and we can filter the pants and the boots and the helmet on the Elementium. So we're gonna grab these filters. This one is Botania. It is set to whitelist, ignore MBT, ignore or dictionary, ignore metadata. So it's gonna void any sort of mana weave boot, no matter the durability. So here we're gonna add the Elementium, like so. And then on this one, which is Mystical Agriculture, we're gonna add the pants of these, and then we're gonna take Prudentium and put them here, and also the Intermedium chestplate. Okay, and then we can just put all of these back in their corresponding spots, like so. Okay, and then how I add things to the filter without this extraction deleting items, I just set the extract to be never active. We grab the filter, and what interesting thing that you can do with these filters is you can basically nest them. So I can have a 4x4 of filters. So we have a 4x4 of 4x4 filters. So you filter just an insane amount of items. And even if you wanted to, you could take this filter that I have right here, and I could put it, for example, on this. So that way it would have everything nested. So you get a whole bunch of stuff. So here we can look at, this one is Twilight Forest, this one's Vanilla, this one is Botania. So we're gonna grab the Botania one and replace it. And here we also have Nuclear Craft. We're not even voiding, I believe, the Mystical Agriculture. So we're gonna add that to here too. And this one is the Master Filter. So we're gonna toss it back in there and just extract always active. And we can return these filters to their spots here. And as soon as we get more stuff, for example here, we can grab the chest plate, which we didn't get, so all of those would actually be voided, but we can just destroy them. And as soon as we get more and more stuff, we can just add it here. For example, we got a flux infused helmet, we can toss it over here, and we'll just be basically leaving this farm run because everything here in the drawers is with void upgrades, so I'm not going to be filling up that anytime soon. Because it can hold, I think, like 4,000 items or so. And even then we can get upgrades for the drawers if we want to store more stuff. But yeah, that is a functioning mob farm. I think we're pretty much full on experience here. I think it might be voiding experience, or it might be just accumulating there. And I believe the experience orbs from the Cursed Earth mobs, they just despawn in, I think, around 30 seconds or so. So they do not cause that much lag inside my game, which is really, really nice. Okay, I also went around here and I kind of destroyed a lot of the trees, or just chopped them down, and replaced a lot of it with grass. You can see there I ran out of dirt, so it kind of stopped over there. And I don't know if I want to have magic up top here, because that would mean that everything is still in a condensed area. We could possibly put magic in the mystical forest, way back by our old base, so way over, is not it here? Here it is, that's the magical forest. We could put magic right in here, and then we can quantum link it with applied logistics and have everything stored there. But for today, I noticed that we could get Osclos glass, and that is the next tier in the Sharpening Kit. So what we need is some refined glowstone, refined obsidian, and some osmium. And we can bring that over to our smeltery. And Osclos glass is just one of each of these melted. So we are gonna need actually a couple sets of this. So let's get at least 3 sharpening kits, because I have the hammer, the 2 pickaxes, and that's pretty much it that we need to use this on. So we're gonna take those. We have the sharpening kit right there. So as soon as this melts and combines, we have 2 ingots, we can pour it out and get these processed, and we'll add them to our tools. Okay, we can take our fortune pick, make it Osclos glass, this one, and this one. Wonderful, they have a nice little green tint now. And in the questing, we completed the gate here for this, and we get 8 atomic alloy as a reward. That's nice. We also have some other quests that we can collect. I don't know if you can, you can click that button to collect all the quests in the chapter, I assume. It doesn't remove the thingy though, but we have a couple of loot chests here and stuff in thing. I don't know if it how it works when you have rewards that have multiple choices, but we have loot chests. So let's just see what there is to see. In here, a drawer controller, that's gonna be nice. A gun turret, or 2 gun turrets. And then an experience pylon, growth accelerators, a dislocator, and an end crystal. Okay, so what we can do actually with the experience pylon, we can go place this guy too over here, and that should also collect XP, I think. Yeah, as even though this guy's full, I think this will, you know what we can do? Grab you. I think it's gonna go in here. And I think it has full XP. So we can put this guy right here, and it's gonna retain its inventory, and we can just leave this guy, collect another 1,000,000 XP juices. And how hard is it to make that pylon? It's lime dye, vines, hoppers, fire. Yeah, it's not very expensive. Okay, sweet. Now that we got a bit of Supremium essence from the Withers and the dragon fight, we can actually make Solium Dust, and we can add that to possibly our laser. Somehow we can make a rod or something out of it that would add that, or we could even just emboss it with that to get the Solium on it, or actually we can even add that to our sword up above on the mob farm, and we can start getting mob chunks as well. So for this, we're gonna need some Prudentium. So we're just gonna take one of these, and we're just gonna break it down into a stack of Prudentium essence, like so. And we can then grab some soul dust, which is gonna be some soul stone smelted. So let's just grab half a stack of this and toss it in our energized smelter here. And then we can grab ourselves the time in a bottle and just get a bit of it. There we go. I think we're just gonna need 1 piece, I think. Well, that's gonna make 1 ingot. So let's toss all of this away. Get a bit more of the soul dust here, because I don't know how many ingots we're gonna need for what we wanna replace. But that is gonna be good. And that has finished smelting, so let's get these smelted. And I'm gonna see if I wanna add it. I'm probably add it to both, because if I go kill mobs like cows and stuff around the place, we can just use that. Because for the soul chunks, is it soul chunks? We can just search chunks. So you have these base chunks, which are tier 1 through 5, and those can be made with just the essence. And for the tier 1 chunk, I believe you need to smelt regular chunks. Is that not the case? No, there's no recipes for any of these. So I guess you have to drop them from the mob specifically. Okay, so there is no smelting recipe for any of these chunks. Okay, that's fine. So if we want to make seeds for all the mobs, we just need to kill the mobs with this guy and have souling? Is it souling? Chunky on it. That's the one. So I need to take this sword and upgrade it by making some Solium materials. So let me see what we can do about that. So since the tool would need another modifier before we can replace this magically modified and magically brittle, and even though this is unbreakable, it still hasn't broken, even though it has the magically brittle on it, because it says has a random chance of breaking when it takes damage, can break unbreakable tools, but it hasn't broken yet. So I don't know, but we're gonna just leave it in the mob farm like this and wait for it to get another level, and then we can remove the magically brittle off of it. And we can turn on the farm again, and we should start seeing... Oh god, why are you full? Because the extract wasn't enabled. Okay, hold on. Okay, I need to clear this up. Hold on. We are now getting mob chunks from all of the different types of mobs, so that is just going to accumulate in this medium storage crate, and we should be fine on that part. And I think I want to add it to the Restonia laser gun, because then I can just go around and kill cows and do just that for the modifiers that we need. So here we would need to, we can replace, we have the battery cell, which we can't do. Then we need the refined glowstone laser medium, has the range and the power. And then the pipe piece. And what else is in the laser? So we can do the rod. I don't know what we did the rod out of. But let's just see if we make a Solium rod. I think we made it out of manulin. Yeah, it was the manulin rod that I did, which is gonna just lower the durability by 3, which is fine. So we can add that, and now we should have chunky on it. We don't have chunky on it. It might not work with this. Poop. So I might have to grab the sword and go around and kill mobs manually if I want to get those chunks. Okay, well, that will be a job for later then. All right. I got it sorted. For some reason, the tough rod or the tough tool rod doesn't have the chunky property. So I changed the tool rod for the Restonia, so we still get the hearts. And then the pipe piece has chunky, so we're gonna change that for that. And we can now have a chunky on here. And if we go around and find some cows or something, we can get mob chunks out of this. So if we just try and kill these, we have a 25% chance of getting mob chunks, and there it is. Okay, so I think I want to add also looting to this, which I don't think I have just yet. So we can go grab a bunch of lapis here and just add that too. The next magic mod that we're gonna have to get into is some blood magic, and for that we need some enchanted fabric from Thaumcraft, which we can craft right in here, like so. I did the research. I basically just clicked complete on this and it discovered infusion, and here it made the enchanted fabric. So that was simple as that. And then we can grab ourselves our crafting table on a stick, if I can find it anywhere. Do I have it anywhere? If not, we can just go back to the base. We'll go back to the base, that's fine. Okay, so base. And here we can craft ourselves the rudimentary snares. We have the mana steel. We have the fabric, I made the redstone roots, and that should get us 16. There we go, 32 total. So with these, we need to wait for it to be nighttime. And we can go around and just go and kill some mobs. So you toss the rudimentary snare at the mob, and then it gets some white particles, and then you can kill it, and you get yourself some demonic will. So here we can get an item board of 32 living rock and 2 blank slates. Wonderful. Because I believe living rock is a requirement for blood magic to make blank slates. Yeah, so we need to automate that at some point. And this unlocks the gate for blood magic. So here we can just collect this. And we can claim. Wonderful. And demonic will, we need the rudimentary snare, and to get 1 demonic will. So I will just wait for it to become nighttime. And then we're going to go around and toss these at some mobs and get those going. Here we have our first couple victims, so I'll just try and toss this at him. I don't know if I have animations. Do I have potion particles off? Let's turn those on, because then we can see him right there, and we're gonna just kill him, and we should get demonic will. So I'll toss a couple more at this guy. Go. Give me particle effects. There you go. Boop. Okay, we can try this creeper as well. So zerp, zerp. There's a 25% chance, I believe, to get the particles, and then you zerp. Okay. Skeletons are the most difficult ones to do this with, but I think you can do it with passive mobs as well. I think that's possible. Oh, hello. Let's try this guy. There it is. Zerp. And we can just go ham on these. Ah. No, go away. There we go. Awesome. We have 14 left, so I can just use those up. I'll go kill some more mobs and get some more demonic will. So that completed this quest, where we can grab ourselves 10 levels. And the next thing we need is a blood altar. And I believe you can just claim this, and then you get 10 levels because it just wants you to make the blood altar. And it says the tier 6 is not implemented yet. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. So the blood altar recipe is slightly altered than normal. So it's some arcane stones, some living rock, which is no problem. A furnace, no problem. Demonic will, no problem. Where it starts getting problematic is the glass lens, because we don't have the Starlight infuser just yet. So I think we can start progressing in astral sorcery a little bit. We can get to the Starlight crafting altar, which is going to be just some marble, a liquid Starlight bucket, some niter, and a rock crystal in the crafting table, and we can get that going for us. So we can start our craft like so, and it should convert this luminous crafting table into a Starlight crafting altar. There it is. Wonderful. Sweet. And I've learned more about attunement. So we can see more in our Akasic Tome here. If we change it over to our Astral Tome, we have attunement now. So you can have all of this stuff. Star Metal and all of that. Celestial Altar even. That is really cool. So I think I need to break you and pick you up for the quest to complete. There we go. And I cannot place it down because apparently blocks are in the way. Okay. So it could be, it was able to spawn, but I can't place blocks back. Okay, neat. All right, so that is that complete. We get a loot chest. And here we need to get into some linking tools, some attunement altars, because I believe for the Celestial Altar, we are going to need some more blood magic-y things and more Thaumcrafty things. Okay, so that is at least where we're at right now. And the Starlight crafting altar can be used to make all the way up to tier 4 seeds, which is actually pretty good because the tier 5 seeds, the only thing that we wouldn't be able to get is emeralds and diamonds out of the tier 5 seeds for the resources, and uranium, which we don't really need right now, and platinum, void metal, rock crystal, and draconium. Okay, so we could potentially, precision sawmill. That's actually a thing that I needed. So what we could actually do is set up a wither killer, as I said in the last episode, and get a bunch of supremium that way. And then we can just make all the tier 4 seeds that we could ever want. And we can put those in garden cloches, get ourselves lots of materials that way. And we can eventually even upgrade them to thermal expansion machines once we get to that gate, because we need to get into RF tools and actually additions, and then we can get machine casings, and then we can get phytogenic insulators, and then we can get phytogrow and flux phytogrow and stuff like that, and then we can grow a lot of the essences. What is currently causing me issues right now is not having any sort of place to put machines down, because we have this little space in there, but we could dig it out and make it bigger and place machines down. But most of the machines that we're using right now are very much temporary in the way I want to set them up, because garden cloches are going to be running for a little while, our essences and stuff like that. But in the future, we're going to get to thermal expansion, so that will replace with the phytogenic insulators. And I don't really want to set up a full-on room where we have garden cloches permanently set up, because then we're just going to have to tear it down at some point, because we're not going to be using those anymore. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. So what I think I will do is, during the weekend, I'm going to have 1 or 2 live streams. And in those live streams, we're going to set up a place which is going to have temporary machines, something that we're going to eventually tear down, but we're at least going to have a space where we can set it up, because this is kind of the place where I want to have my permanent end part of the base. And we need to look into some inspiration and see how I want to actually fit the base in here. Maybe we build something in the center and then we build like 4 things on the sides or something. I'm not really sure on how I would want to do this. I maybe am going to just go away and find a nice plains biome or something and just build a structure there out of some cool blocks. But I don't really know. So I'll look at some pictures and some inspirations and stuff like that in between episodes here, and I will do some work on the live streams to actually get a functioning temporary base, if that makes sense. So yeah. And with that, that is going to be it for today. A slightly shorter episode, but still fun. We did some bits and bobs around the place, and I think it's really cool. It's going to help us with progression towards things in the future. We started Blood Magic, and we're going to get to all of the magic mods and all of that good stuff. So with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to see new videos. You can follow me on Twitch as well if you want, and support me on Patreon as well. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye-bye.